A very powerful video. Ladies and gentlemen, it is my great pleasure to present this Impact Award for Outstanding Online Series to AltaMed. And here to receive that award is Senior Vice President and Chief Administrative Officer and President of the AltaMed Foundation, who I just met yesterday and was on a panel with her, Zoila Escobar, for this great production.
Hello, everyone. When HIV was at its peak in terms of mortality in 1995, HIV's number of deaths for 25 to 44-year-olds really was the biggest cause of death for that population in 1995. That's a long time ago. 20 years later, that number, that hierarchy dropped to ninth place. So that's progress. We know that in 2015, people were not dying of HIV/AIDS in the way that they were in the 90s. And we thought, wow, this is wonderful. We also have known that early diagnosis for HIV helps people live longer. And when you diagnose folks at an earlier age, as we do today, we have ways of treating and maintaining the disease from continuing to spread with things like PrEP. We have worked so much and we've done such progress in terms of treatment that people again forget that this is a communicable disease that is very real. In 2015, after all of the time and all the progress that we have made with HIV/AIDS, Latinos are still 1/4 of those who are recently infected or diagnosed with an HIV infection in the United States. We are only 18% of the population, but 25% of the cases. Among Latinas, 90% of those folks who are newly diagnosed with HIV infections are attributing their infection to heterosexual contact. This is huge. We have known this since the 90s, and yet women continue to get infected at very different, in a way that people keep negating that is possible, which is through heterosexual connection. So please recognize that though AltaMed has done a good job and others have done a great job, and we have really increased awareness through programs like Vergüenza, we can eradicate this disease in the next 2 generations or even the next generation. But it's only going to happen if we understand exactly what risk of infection we have and how to prevent it. So please remember that unless we represent ourselves in the way that makes us not unique, but common, in the way that sexuality is reflected in our community, and in the way that we address each other about those issues that are still taboos in our communities, we're not going to be able to discuss this in a rational way and help people prevent a very preventable disease. Once you have been infected and you are being treated at an early stage, you can live forever. You can live a complete life. But it's not going to happen if we don't continue to bring awareness to this issue and continue to talk to young people about their risk. So thank you so very, very much to the National Hispanic Media Coalition, as well as to Elena, Alexandra, I'm sorry, I just blew that one, Maria, Rich Juan, Daniel Mora, to J.M. Longoria, very specifically to Joanna Selena, who happens to not be here today, but Gavin Rich Reynolds Production for the work, to Hilda Sandoval and Alfonso Bautista. Please, thank you very, very much for all your support. Thank you to our board of directors at AltaMed Health Services for all your support and continued interest in this field. Thank you very much.
Congratulations once again. Our next recipient is a weekend anchor and investigative reporter for the Spanish language station KMEX, which happens to be my home. And I just wanted to share something with you all, in particular about my place of work and of this woman. I'm a daughter of immigrants. I grew up not too far from here in Sun Valley. Excuse me, proud daughter of immigrants. I grew up watching El 34. That was the channel that my parents had while I was growing up. So when I got to be at El 34, it was for sure a dream that I never even imagined, right, growing up. But getting to work with people like Claudia Botero has been one of the most remarkable experiences. This woman exemplifies grace, professionalism, dignity. She cares about the community. She cares about her work. She is one of the most poised individuals I've ever met in newsrooms. And when I arrived at KMEX, she was probably the first woman who really reached out and empowered me. And that says so much about her character, so much about the person that she is, besides her winning 6 Emmys, being a 6-time Emmy Award-winning journalist with over 20 years of experience, a dynamic and dedicated reporter. Claudia Botero was recognized actually as one of the top 50 journalists in the United States in 2007, and she's obviously only gotten better. So let's take a look at her excellent work.